If you don't know who Patriot Mobile is, they are an incredible mobile service when it comes to cell phone service. They are the only company that I've ever come across that actually puts the customer first, not the business first. And they are faith, family, and freedom oriented. So when it comes to them being America first, Christians, family first, that's who they represent, and they do it well.
Patriot Mobile. All right.
If you want to try out Patriot Mobile, you bring your own device. If you go to patriotmobile.com/NRP, so that's Nick's Right Podcast, NRP, you'll get your first month free. And I guarantee you'll be able to use the same cell phone towers that you're using now, but you'll actually have a higher importance when it comes to gaining your signal because you'll be right below first responders. You won't be low person on the totem pole when it comes to Spectrum. Man, I'm switching. Like, I'm tired of Spectrum. I can't do anything unless it's on Wi-Fi. And so every time that Wi-Fi doesn't work, I have to turn off the Wi-Fi, and then it just slows way down, even though it's on 5G ultra wideband or whatever it is. Spectrum sucks, dude. It sucks.
Yeah, we've had this conversation before. What bothers me, what I find so astounding in this over-sexualized culture we live in is how much people have been bought and sold on the idea that it is a need. Like how many times have you heard somebody, usually women, strangely, talk about how they haven't had any in 3 months or 4 months. I have to go out. I got to go out to the clubs, or I got to go out to the bars or whatever, just because it's been so long. And I'm like, well, then you don't understand. You don't have the proper perspective on it.
No. Well,
is what I would tell them.
That's what feminists have, or the feminist movement has taught them.
100%.
Like, you don't have needs. There is no such thing as a sexual need. There's no such thing. Is there a such thing of you needing water every day? Yes, because if you don't get water, you're gonna die. Is there a need that you need food? Yes, because if you don't get food, you're gonna die. Like, that's what a need is.
Yeah.
Okay. So don't come at me with this stupid stuff.
Let's stop hiding behind, well, what about procreation? Just because you have to have sex in order to procreate doesn't mean you ever have to procreate. How many people out there in the world have never had children, never had babies? It didn't shorten their lifespan. It happens all the time. On a special level, sure, procreation is necessary because otherwise we would go extinct, right? But on an individual basis, which they hate talking about, they like talking about us as representatives of our group, but on an individual basis, which is where the essence of, personhood happens, you don't have to have babies. You don't even have to. So
I'm gonna talk about, since we're talking about abortion and everything, I want to talk about this. It says in the word that children are a gift from the Lord. Like, it says that you have found favor with God if you have children. Now, the sacrament of Satan is abortion. Here's the correlation of how deeply evil abortion is. Okay, when it comes to taking the Lord's Supper, what's the first thing that Jesus says whenever he offers the bread? He says, "This is my body." That's the first thing. And what's the first thing out of people's mouths whenever they're getting abortion? This is
my body. Yeah, it's true. It's true. It's true.
Just like you said, the left, because they're now domestic terrorists, and I don't think that has changed, because nothing has changed when it comes to Charlie Kirk's assassination, when it comes to what they believe. They tried to double down. And usually whenever you're aligning with Satan or the devil, you're going to double down thinking it's right. Like, it's absolutely ridiculous because they pervert everything. And that's the whole purpose of Satan's agenda. Like, he is trying to pervert everything that is supposed to be good. Like, this is my body. Take this in remembrance of me. Walk in the fullness of life. But they say, this is my body. No parasite is going to have say over my body, is what they say. And by the way, if you ever call a baby a parasite actually causes harm to the body. And if you want to make an argument to the type of physiological changes that goes on in a woman's body when she is pregnant, she actually gains, I would love to call them superpowers. Like, when it comes to the cognitive ability after a mom has a baby, because the way God designed them to be able to absorb more information in the brain, because they now have a child to take care. It's incredible. So you can't sit here and tell me that pregnancy is a bad thing, because it's
Yeah.
not. It never is.
Yeah. Yeah. Interesting. That's a good point. I
We're
mean,
gonna we're gonna continue on. Do you have something else to say?
well, not to mention the fact that I'm so tired of having to just explain fundamental reality to these people, but
Fundamental. That's the point there. Fundamental.
fundamental
Like,
reality. Yeah, this is the basis of all we are and know. But let
yeah.
me explain it to them one more time. Uh, uh, a parasite implies a different species. You cannot parasite
Mm,
something that's the same
that's
species.
good. That's good. Oh, that's a good argument. Parasite, it basically says that there's a different species inside your body
That's
that's
right.
harming your body. Oh,
Yeah.
that's a good argument. Next, way
Eh,
better than your seven traits.
You like that?
Because it
Yeah,
didn't
okay.
take you long to explain it.
No, it's pretty quick, pretty simple. It doesn't
Okay.
require mental processing. Go ahead.
All right. So my next one is a funny one. um, so I love the people that are trolling you in this, because it says skip to 2 minutes mark. Christ. He's basically just saying the Lord Jesus rebuke you for taking the Lord's name in vain. But he's saying basically just go to 2 minutes, because it's a 3 minute
Yeah.
clip.
Yeah, yeah. Well, I mean, if I had to respond to that, I would go back to what I
Now,
said earlier about the
okay.
binky and the blanky and the nappy nap.
Yeah,
But
yeah.
keep going.
Well, there's
Keep going.
another one
That's
here.
fine.
Uh, he said, it's good, but get to the point, Junior. Now, Mia, this is the next one I'm going to read. She obviously doesn't understand what you're saying, because she thinks you're arguing in her favor. She said, so his argument is pro-choice. That's
No,
what
she
she's
doesn't
saying.
understand.
She
Nah,
doesn't
she didn't get
understand
it.
anything.
Nah, she didn't get
Um,
it.
let's see. Zach Allen. Well, at the moment of conception, the zygote can't breathe in or out because it's only one cell with no lungs. So there goes that theory. What do you
No
think?
lumps. Oh, well, I would say that there is gaseous exchange on a molecular level happening. There has to
Right.
be. There absolutely has to be. Your own cells have the same gaseous exchange going on a molecular level.
Yeah.
So
I think what there, because there's a
I
few
use
after
the
this.
words I use the words breathe in and breathe out to speak layman language because
Okay, that's
number
what you're
one,
doing. Yeah.
yeah, but it's not about breathing in and breathing out with lungs. Even your lungs are made out
Yeah.
of cellular matter that have to possess a gaseous exchange. There has to be that gaseous exchange happening.
So the
Simple.
next few comments are basically stop doing that, Nick.
Well, I got a phone call and now my screen's all messed up.
I'm just saying that because when you do that, it looks like this.
Well, I can't help it, Nick. I've got
Stop.
I got a phone call.
Anyway,
Well, you can edit it. You can edit it.
oh, stop. The next few comments were basically stop. Okay. So the next few comments were trying to argue against the breathing comment that you made, and you were trying, like you said, you were trying to make it layman terms instead of what you just argued. So
And apparently that was a mistake because these people aren't even laymen. So
oh
keep going.
no, that they said how and what does it breathe? Another guy says breathe in, breathe out, achieves homeostasis are debatable. I think I read that one to you one time. One person said breathing question mark. Another person said Rick Harrison question mark.
I don't know
I
what
don't
that
know what that
means.
means.
I have no idea what that is.
Let's see. A girl named Laura says, I taught fifth grade science and I think about this all the time. So there you go. You got some people
There you
agreeing
go.
with you.
What was that, Laura?
Lar.
Thank you, Lar.
L-A-R.
Appreciate that.
We've got someone here that says fire breathes, eats, grows, and dies. Is it alive? Hang on.
No, as I
Hang on.
explained.
Wait. Hang on. There's a lot of responses to this. That's why I wanted to see where it goes, because there's a
Right.
lot of back and forth. So there's about 10 comments on this one. The first response to this guy. Okay, so I'm going to read it. Fire breathes, eats, grows, and dies. Is it alive? And then first comment says, did you watch the video, Mike?
Thank you. That's awesome.
Because the guy's named Mike W. And then Mike W. responded and said, "That I did, and I stand with my statement. Is fire alive?" And then it says,
It's
"It's
funny.
in the darn video, dude. It's not cellular matter. So no, he literally explains why fire isn't alive." I love these back and forth.
I
I love it
love
when
it.
people
That's
have our
great.
back. You know what I mean? Like
I know.
that's
I do too.
hilarious.
I do too. I do too. It's awesome.
All right, it keeps going. He says criteria for life is organization, metabolism, homeostasis, growth, and response. Only 6 traits are needed. I learned that for my bachelor's degree. You need to get a different degree. And then he says, I can't argue with you outside of the context of the video. I do not have that much free care. Okay. He said, I don't know what's worse, flexing a bachelor's degree or me with a bachelor's degree thinking flexing a bachelor's degree is silly.
Well, it's funny. I told
That's
him in the
great.
video I learned all that in the third grade.
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
I
He
mean,
said,
it's,
oh, this is Mike's clapback. He said, you can use Google, buddy, with a little winky face. And then the guy says, I literally do not want to. This topic is not that interesting to me. And I'm like, well, I'm glad you're talking back anyway. New guy comes into the comment saying, not made out of cellular matter. There are 7 traits, as you say, Google it. And he says, cells aren't part of it, just the process they go through. Fire has the same traits, so eat it with a kissy face. That's just a little. And then Trey, you can post photos in the comment section now on TikTok. So he posted a photo, and it was the Google. Let me see if it lets me. He Googled main characteristics of, I guess he meant life. So the main characteristics of life include organization made of cells, metabolism, energy processing. I'm sorry, let me read this again. 1, cellular organization. 2, reproduction. 3, metabolism. 4, homeostasis. 5, heredity?
heredity.
Heredity?
Heredity. Sure. Sure.
6, response to stimuli. 7, growth and development. And 8, adaptation through something. I can't read the rest of it because it's cut off. So he's basically just saying, I did Google it. This is what I found. So I think he was trying to tell him that he was wrong.
Yeah, that's fair. That's fair. I
Yeah.
mean, however you want to put the characteristics into terms, you can, right? But
Yeah.